Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. I'm saluting every one of you. For those who have been inactive like me, for those who've been online like me, for everybody. And today in our video review, we're gonna quite an interesting project. It's called Unknown 9. It's an awakening. This is the debut title by the Canadian developer Reflector Games, as well as their first entry and into the rather ambitious multimedia shard universe that is set to expand across the comic book, web series, and podcasts. Despite being saddled with a intuitive title that makes it sound like the ninth entry of the franchise, never heard of. Coupled with the unwieldy and generic subtitle, I'm pleasant to announce that Unknown 9 Awakening is actually quite a lot of fun as an action-adventure game, as well as intriguing introduction to the larger world that Bandai Namco is expecting across to the is expecting to expand across to the other media. So, in 1912, you play as Haroona. It's a quester with the ability to draw energy called AM from the Fold, an eldritch overload that lies parallel to the physical realm. After losing her mentor 4 years ago at the hand of Vincent Leacher, a renegade quester who has formed a faction of the Sets calling themselves an Ascendance. She's one of the path of revenge, teaming up with a group of traveling researchers called the Leap Year Society. Haroona and her friends embark on a globetrotting adventure as they combat Lynx's schemes and uncover the hidden history of mysterious lost civilization of the Sahin and Unknown 9, a group of enigmatic Sahin immortals who are said to be key to humanity's salvation or potentially its destruction. I like the plot and the cast of Unknown 9 Awakening a very lot. The period setting delving throughout ruins and being assailed by the rival group who are trying to use the lost technology for evil instead of good, taped into the same vibes as some of my favorite pulpy adventure stories, like Indiana Jones or good mummy movies. Runa is likably protagonist, and her supporting cast of Leap Year Society such as Luther, the cancerous elderly cowboy, and Bukra, the curious engineer, were pleasant additions that nicely contrasted Haroona's slightly naive determination. Winston isn't the deepest antagonist, with the Ascendants liking the Ostenbite Priceless, and they say the Temples in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Compelling antagonist, however, the plot is rarely light tone prevented that from taking me out of the experience too much. The plot isn't exactly self-contained, with a plot of set of 4 elements which I imagine will become relevant and in expanded unknown media. That said, despite the concerns, I was still drawn into the story and hoped that Haroona's journey continues at some point. As far as the gameplay is concerned, Unknown 9 Awakening is rather a straightforward linear action adventure sort of experience in the vein of Naughty Dog's Uncharted series. Levels are separated into chapters, comprising areas filled with foes to take down, platforming sections, and occasional puzzles to solve. There are hidden collectibles scattered across each area which sometimes require going off and beating the bad pit, which can be both increase Haroona's maximum health and as matters as well as the flashlight out the world with the new entries Haroona can add to her journal. The combat is a sort of area brawler, akin to the Banisher's Ghost of Edan with the stellar elements. Haroona can perform light and strong melee attacks with her bracers, as well as the ranged energy attacks and challenging her arm. And it is competent enough system with a decently sized upgrade to 3 to chase Haroona's ability to deal damage to sneak by the enemies. The stealth system also felt nicely fleshed out with a useful range distraction ability and an invisibility spell and plenty of places to hide in most areas. Unknown 9 Awakening also does what a lot of gamers with the optional stealth mechanics forget to do, which is make it relatively straightforward to re-enter stealth after you discover it. By making me able to easily hide again of my covers was blown, creating new opportunities for stealth kills and healing. It ensured that all the upgrade points I was sinking into stealth abilities wasn't the moment I made a wrong turn and blew my cover. The main unique string of the gameplay bow is Unknown 9 Waking is Haroona's step ability. At the press of the button, Haroona can protect her, and although the ability starts reliably basic, allowing the player to make a foe destroy a generator or attack the enemy to inflict some free damage during a brawl, and its utility increases sharply as you gain more maximum step tokens. This can allow the player to control multiple enemies in succession to set up ridiculously destructive strategies, such as luring multiple enemies near a bomb, getting them to attack each other, and detonating the bomb after they had moved to where I wanted them in order to take them all out in one go. Well, the thing is that as fun as the step ability was, it was probably could have stood a bit more refined. The only thing that you can do from you step into a foe is attacking something. It's as good to dealing damage or drawing heat away from the Haroona in fight, but it isn't exactly subtle. Getting a troll foe to just turn off a generator might have been more useful in the terms of not causing a scene and allowing Haroona to sneak out the level effectively. Despite the game's relatively modest budget compared to some of the generation big hitters, No 9 Awakening consistently looks amazing. The occasion explore mansions and emission ruins of that civilization are grossly realized with the stunning lighting and filled with the details. The trippy creative visuals for the fall, the Aldrich otherwise were a bit physics geometry because especially Bazaar out of there were particular highlights. There isn't much bloat about Unknown Awakening 9, it is lovely long but its brick piece and varied locations made each chapter feel valuable and memorable. I'm unsure how excited this game has made me for future Unknown 9 projects, but which will focus on the character and the time periods. What I didn't like, its step ability could have stood to have wider utility than just in combat. The boss fights were repetitive and didn't utilize the game's most unique mechanics, and antagonist was a little bit shallow, so that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching, don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, peace!